Hi guys, today we're going to be throwing it back to almost 5 years ago when I put up my very first ever nail tutorial. Back in August of 2017, I put up this video doing my extra AF nails, which is what I used to basically just call my like blinged out, hollow, long nails if you followed me way back then. And today I want to recreate those nails, but with today's skill level. I was very new at doing my nails. I think that this was the first time I ever did acrylic, and we know that my acrylic skills have come really far in the past 5 years, so I felt like it would be a really fun thing to do. Now, this wasn't the first time I ever did my own nails. I had sort of done different things with my nails, like just putting a tip on and just putting gel polish on and other, you know, sort of like random stuff like that. I used to also just get my nails done clear at a salon and then I would decorate them at home. But I believe that this was the first time I ever did acrylic and I ever put out any sort of video showing anyone how I did it. I am still by no means a professional, but I feel like my skills have come really far since then, and I thought that this would be a really good sort of like learning opportunity to show you like how much practice really helps, because I feel like sometimes you don't remember quite how far you've come, and I want you guys to remember that as well, because I feel like I get a lot of comments of you guys putting yourselves down, and I've seen a lot of your nails even in person and they are always so good. No one is going to be perfect at anything the first time. We're all still constantly learning, so let's just get into it and let me show you what we will be creating today.
And here's what they look like just only with the tips on. My nails now with the brush that it came with. Basically you dip the brush into the bonding liquid and then you dip the brush into the acrylic powder, and if you can see when I'm putting this on my nails, it is a little bit too soft. It is supposed to be a little bit denser and maybe not as watery, and I'm still working on that. It just takes a long time to be able to eye that kind of thing. Then I just went back to file and buff all of them out. You're gonna see here's where I changed the shape of the nail because I wasn't able to really do the coffin by myself. I mean, I could, but it just was taking so much time and a lot more effort, and rounding them out was just going to end up being a ton easier and make them look just a little bit better. Next, I'm taking some gel top coat. I painted my nails off camera just because I didn't think that was very important, and I'm using the same Holo Galaxy nail powder stuff. Now I'm pulling out my rhinestones and tweezers and I'm going to bling up my nails. This process, by the way, took a really long time, probably about an hour per hand. And let me know if you guys are liking these nails videos.
The audio in that is just, ooh, so hard to listen to. I think my filming and, you know, video quality has also improved by then. So this was basically the best still I was able to get of those nails in that video. Now, something that will probably never change is the crustiness of my natural nails. It's just who I am as a person. It's just what we're always going to be working with. I always have some sort of like leftover product or leftover gel on my nails. I just don't like filing down all the way to my natural nails because I don't really see a point. So I'm gonna just start out by wiping my nails. In that video, I used a, I think like student or beginner kit from Sally's, which is totally fine to try out, you know, like for the first time. Really quickly, we're going to be using these extra long sculpted taper coffin nail tips by Glitter Planet today because I'm going to do them super long as these are. I haven't done any super long nails in a while and I really miss them. Look at how long these are going to be. Exciting. But I was thinking, I saw a video on TikTok the other day of someone trying to do their own nails for the very first time, and they were using a kit from Sally's. I think it's probably the same one. And it was their first or second time doing nails, so obviously they're not going to be perfect, but I felt like they were struggling, not because of the skill level, but because of the products. I think that especially when you're starting out, you can almost not get the hang of it quicker because of the products. You know, when you start out, you don't know what to use. So I want to assure you guys that I am working on a video. I'm doing an actual, you know, planning list, everything, where I am going to go through everything you need to do your nails and what I would recommend for beginners and, you know, more advanced items for acrylic and polygel and just everything you need. Like there'll be a whole list, it'll have everything. But so I'm working on that because I feel like I am at a point now where I am able to recommend that type of stuff, where I just have a lot more knowledge just having done this for so many years now. And I'm just going to shape up these side walls a little bit and mesh the tip a little bit better with my real nail. In that video, I was trying to do a coffin, but I ended up doing like a round eggy type shape because I didn't have an e-file at that point, and I had done them pretty thick, as most people do when they're first starting out, and they were a lot to file. So I am going to stick to the coffin today that I had originally intended for that set. I'm going to do the same thing as I did in that and pretty much just use clear acrylic and then decorate the top. I'm going to use McCart's clear acrylic today because their stuff sets pretty quickly, and for me, I've found that that's what's best. The more time to work with it method doesn't really work for me personally, just because usually the longer I mess with something, the worse it gets. For monomer, I'm going to be using my Young Nails monomer. For a brush, I'm going to be trying out this McCart Pro acrylic brush. They just started a like professional line, still available to everyone, but it's more of just like stuff more geared towards actual working nail techs. So I'm excited to try out this brush today. It did come with a lot of that like powder that you get in the brush when you first get it. It took me a while to get it off, so hopefully I got it all, but I tried. For primer, I will be using this Young Nails Protein Bond. This is pretty much an OG and pretty much anyone I know's favorite primer. Let's get started. Alrighty, and then going to have it go down the sides. And then when I'm doing acrylic, I really try to make sure I am working with gravity. Because with acrylic, if you're not working with gravity, it's going to just go down the sides, but if you tilt it downwards, kind of like that, it will just go down the center. It really shouldn't be like super runny, but you guys know what I mean. And then my biggest advice for if you're doing acrylic and it's lifting, just from what I found, is it is a lot better while you're learning to have your acrylic farther away from your cuticle than to flood your cuticle and have it lift. You know, if it's a little bit far from your cuticle, it's not as aesthetically pleasing, of course, but at least it won't lift. But if you get it on your cuticle, it's gonna lift. I definitely have still not mastered acrylic, but it absolutely gets easier as time goes on. I do absolutely wish I could do like the 3-bead method and stuff like that, but I'm just not there yet, and that's okay. Here's the finished nail. Let's move on. Alrighty, so I have all of the acrylic on, a little chunky as usual. I feel like that's probably something that's going to take me a really long time to learn, is to, you know, just like taper it down a little bit. But we're gonna fix it with filing. You can see this acrylic is pretty bubbly. While I do like McCart's acrylic because it dries really quickly, the clear in particular has a lot of air bubbles. I haven't run into that problem with other ones, just that clear. The clear is not really that clear. So if you're looking for a clear, I would avoid that one. But if you're using it under for something like this, it's totally fine. And here is the result of the filing. Filing really makes all the difference. If your nails are just not looking the way you want them to, try to file them, honestly. I'm gonna give a wipe of swipe before we put the gel on. I had done an accent finger with the blue, but the rest was black underneath. We are going to be putting the holo powder on it, but you still get a little bit of a tint underneath from the color. I think I used nail polish for the blue, which is surprising. So I'm taking my McCart black and we're gonna go right in. Something else I miss just a little bit is just like long black nails. That was my go-to before I ever like really did any designs. For years I just got long black nails. We have a new contender in the cordless lamp thing. We'll see how this one works. No beep, thankfully. For the blue, I'm gonna use a little bit of a darker color just because like the stronger the color, the more it'll show up through the powder. It doesn't make a huge difference, but I figured just why not. I'm gonna go with a colored rhinestone theme instead of just the iridescent rhinestones with this, because you can't even really tell what's going on that much with that rhinestone design. It's just a lot of like iridescence, and honestly, I can barely even tell what's happening, and I did it. Well, compared, I feel like this already looks so much better than the first time, of course. I'm actually fairly happy with these today. I think I am going to do a second coat of the color just to make sure that it's, you know, solid underneath. I don't want too much variation. Even though we're gonna put the holo on top, I just, you know, might as well. Just a thin second layer. And to just make sure, especially I got the sides and stuff, because sometimes I can miss like all the way over here. There we go. Better. I'm trying to do my best with this lamp to not already bump my nails on the inside. I'm gonna try to keep it clean on the inside. Anyone knows, you look inside your nail lamp and it's always gonna be all these million little scuffs. So here's our base. Now for the foil, we have to do a top coat first. Okay, time for the funnest part. Where did I put it? Galaxy Holo powder. Oh, I was about to say, here's what that looks like. Let's try again. Hopefully I have enough. Why did I do that? Third time's the charm? Barely. I do have this one. I think this one is slightly different though. It's a little bit more blue. I don't know if you guys will be able to tell. I think you can tell. This one is a bit darker and this one's like more silvery blue. So they are a little bit different. I'm gonna try to make it work. I'm going to basically just dump anything left from this one into here so that they're all like the same. Ooh, it's like crusted. Okay, well, I don't know how much I'm getting off these. Pretty much nothing. I can't tell if those are like flakes, like they're gonna mesh down, or if it's like straight glitter. Let's just give it a try. If not, I have regular holo powder, of course, but also I thought I had a bunch of the holo stuff. So for powders, obviously I top coated with a top coat I know works. I always use the McCart one. And then for the powder, I will wipe with alcohol or swipe to just make that surface tacky again, and then I will go in and rub in whatever powder I have. Okay, I'm not quite sure about that, honestly. It's taking a lot to be able to rub in. I don't know about this one. This one doesn't quite look like holo either. I think it has a different like base for the actual like powder, and then it just has these holo chunky glitters because it's more of an oil slick. Like, I don't know if you guys can see on camera, but it's not holo. It's an oil slick with holo flakies like mixed in, if that makes sense. So I think I'm gonna take that off, and then I think we'll just do regular holo powder then, which I think is fine. Holo flakies, holo powder, it's fine. So to remove this, I basically do the same thing. You gotta kind of scrub it off though. Once the actual powder came off and the holo flakies were left, that low-key looks so much better. I don't know, I feel like I'm like stuck what to do now because this looks good, but it's definitely not what the design was. I think I need to use the holo because this is black with like the silver holo flakies, not like silver holo at all. It's definitely black, so I'm gonna just clean all this up, get this off, and we can do the actual holo, but we'll do it with holo powder, which I think will look better. I love the holo flakies, but I definitely don't think I would probably do all 5 anymore. All 5 fingers, by the way. I got that all fixed, so let's do this holo powder now, just like a regular plain old holo powder. And look at that, thankfully we have plenty. Still doing the wipe, just so make sure it sticks. And then I tried to fairly quickly do it, and I'm going to adhere the powder with one of these sponges. Oh my gosh, look at how nice that looks. It looks so pretty. Okay, that's so much better. Woo! And we will just repeat. I do it one by one, so otherwise I feel like the powder doesn't stick quite as well. Now we have the blue one. And then I'm just gonna brush any excess off before we put a top coat. And then I think for this, I'm going to top coat it and then we can do the rhinestones, because I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing with the rhinestones, because let's be real, that's probably like the worst, if not one of my worst rhinestone designs ever. I just used such big rhinestones. They're just really, really chunky. So I'm absolutely gonna do something a bit finer today. You know, some smaller details, more so, you know, how I would do this set now. Oh, I love that holo. I missed it. I've not done holo in a while. There's always just way too many things I wanna do as far as designs go. It's like I just don't have enough time, don't have enough hands. The holo looks even better with the top coat, and I'm using my like designated powder top coat, because while this powder shouldn't really get into your top coat too much, you can also just like wipe it off. I just prefer to have a powder dedicated top coat just in case, because I don't know if I was doing like a really clean, you know, like nude set or something like that, and then I went to go put my top coat on and it had a bunch of holo powder on that, I probably wouldn't be happy if that wasn't what I was going for. So for the rhinestones, I decided I'm not going to follow that design exactly. I'm just going to do basically like a rhinestone design that I would do now, because that's definitely not what I would choose now, and I can do it better now, but I still don't love that design anymore. A little bit more of a curated rhinestone design, a little less chaotic, if you will. So I'm going to start with some of these and these. They're like really pretty framed rhinestones, and they're curved, so they should sit on your nail really easily and won't like stick out. I keep getting up and down to get more rhinestones, so I'm not sure exactly which way I'm going. I feel like I have it in my head, but I don't know like exactly. I'm gonna start by grabbing some of this Valentino diamond gel to hold on to the rhinestones. I'm gonna put the first big charm. Okay, it is gonna hang off a little bit. That's okay though. I'll manage. It's fine. There we go, super cute. I think I'm only gonna use the bling gel for large stones because it's really hard to use for smaller ones. For smaller ones, I'm going to use the Kira Sky Bling It gel. I have a bunch of these like really big rhinestone sets from Evie or Long Hair Pretty Nails that I'm using. Oh, that's upside down. Okay, just kidding. These are from her too. I think that looks really cute. Just gonna add a couple more of these like little itty bitty teeny tiny ones. I do suppose that I will stick to lining this one. Just a whole nail of like lined rhinestones. I love these big ones. They are so pretty, aren't they? I'm not adding too much to this big charm because it is pretty big. Truth be told, I don't even know what to do for these last couple. I think I want to try to do like a triangle on this one. I ordered a ton of these teeny tiny rhinestones. I'll link where I got them. I actually made like a big rhinestone order initially because my new ADHD hobby is rhinestoning things. So right now I'm rhinestoning a purse and a pair of shoes. And I didn't want to use my nail rhinestones because I don't really have enough of like one rhinestone, I guess, to do like a whole pair of shoes. So I found this place and I really like the rhinestones, and they have really, really small ones like these ones, which are so perfect for nail art. So I ended up making another order more specifically for rhinestones for my nails. That way I have like a ton of these teeny tiny ones that I personally just think a ton of teeny tiny rhinestones look so much better than big chunky ones like in, you know, the set we're kind of redoing. All right, last one to decorate. I'm probably going to regret doing this design right here on this nail, but that's okay. It'll look cool. Okay, let's go. And here are pretty much the finished nails. I don't know why I said pretty much. These are the finished nails. I actually love how these turned out. They are absolutely different from the first set, but while doing this, I definitely thought about that. I wanted to recreate them with my like current style, taste, knowledge, and like preferences, you know what I mean? I feel like we have the same essence, just executed a bit differently. I'm glad we had an opportunity to do some throwback like holo and sort of throw it back to one of my original sets. You guys know if you watch me way back then, I used to do holo on almost like every single set. So it was definitely nice to do again. Let me know what you guys thought of this set and if you had ever seen my previous videos from about 5 years ago. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys so much. My channel has grown so much from this past 5 years. It's crazy. I love that we can sort of like do this all together. I know a lot of you do your nails when I do my nails, and I love that. But now I'm blabbering. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to give this video a like. It helps me out a lot, and I really appreciate that. And I will hopefully see you next time. Bye!